The Richelieu. So last I left off, I got the bottom hole painted, and I got it basically sealed off with a sealer. And next is to tape off the waterline. Now when I say waterline, it's I'm going to tape off the red section of the boat. The waterline, you know, the black that goes along the hull here, I'm going to actually use, I call it drafting tape, pinstripe tape. That's basically perfect size for 1/350th scale, and I'll put that on last. But I wanted to get the waterline masked off, so I did that with Tamiya tape. I started with 6mm, and I ran out and had to go break out the 10 because that's the next size that I had. So I got it all taped off at the waterline, and then my next goal is to take some more thicker tape there, and I'm going to go around and wrap it up, and then we'll be able to paint the main hull. And then we're going to start with the lighter gray, which will be blue gray pale, which for better or worse, this color here, we're going to get that painted all, let that dry, put a sealer on it, then we'll tape off, and then we'll start doing the you know, the darker colors, the two darker blues, and then it's on the other side, but one here is kind of like got a faded, I call it a faded shaded color, where it's like transition, so we'll try to get that on there as well. But anyway, not a whole lot to report. Basically at the boring stage of masking and waiting for paint to dry. So the Richelieu is starting, hopefully, to take some shape. The Ratte. So last I left off, I don't know if I put the camo on or not. I think I may have put the dark green, but this time I went in with I don't know what it's called, Dunkelgarb MiG 012. That's kind of a tannish color, or almost, it looks tan, but it's kind of white when you airbrush it. So I got that pattern on, and then I took some black, which on the instructions has a little black in there, so almost like a little bit like NATO 3-tone, except for the little tan there. But anyway, got that on. I kind of deviated from the pattern, just kind of make it you know, just a tad bit different. That way it gives you a little bit of freedom, and you don't have to copy, you know, anything like that. So not too shabby. Got all that on. So my next thing is I got to paint the track, which I'm going to do that probably next, and then after I get the track painted, I will go in and weather everything and do some shading. I got the turret on, so you'll be able to move it however you want. And I think the red brown turret and the green, I think it actually sets it off. I think that's pretty darn slick. So anyway, there is that. So we're basically down to paint and track and a little bit of weathering. So when I paint the track and do the weathering, I'm probably I'll paint the little mouses at the same time. Just going to be a 2-for-1 painting session. But anyway, it's a fun kit. I really enjoy the Ratte. I think it's just a very unique subject to do. I do got to fix the a little bit of the railing here. One to pop off. I don't think there's a good way to actually ever get that on and never have to keep regluing it. So I'm gonna wait till I think I had the airbrush set too high and I blew it off when I was going on it. But anyway, we'll fix that when we get to a little more into the weathering stage. But anyway, the Ratte is taking shape. And up next for the build for others, after I do the Ratte, and we're going to do some more E100s. I actually got 3 different kits here. Get the light on. These are 46 models. I have never heard of them at all, so I'm looking forward to it. They are 72nd scale, and I'll just give you all a little preview here. You do get a, I guess, a photo CD, how to, I guess, either instructions or you know, paint guide or whatever. But the kits are pretty decent, and I'm so happy. This is the way tank kits really should be, especially in small scales, is the track and the road wheels all together at one time. You can see where I got to pick out some of the RTV rubber there, but anyway, that's no big deal. And if I can't get it all off, I'll just leave it on. We'll just say that is a little bit of mud in the track. But anyway, I think it's cast extremely well. Extremely solid, and should be a fun build. But anyway, that's on the agenda next, and we got 3 of them. I think we got the term hitting, and I think we got another alligator, and then there's another one. And what I'll do is, after I get that done and finished, I think what I'll do is I'll probably spend a day just putting it together, because I think they only got like 18 parts if I read it right. So I'll slap that together, and then I'll just basically build all 3 kits, and then here, I'll just show you. We're going to build the alligator, and we're going to build the Jad Tiger Offs B. That's a big, that's almost like KV2. And then we're going to build a rail gun, but we're going to build the rail gun but then we're going to put 2 E100s on each end to carry the rail gun. So that'll be last, but I'll probably do these 3 all at one whack, just to make it just a whole lot easier, just assembly line. And then painting will probably be pretty much the same colors, just a little bit of variation, but so that'll just be one big easy way to knock out all 3 of them at the same time. But anyway, that's what I got going on today. We are going to start them very, very soon. We are continuing with the camo pattern on the Ratte, and we starting to mask off the hull of the Richelieu. So that's what I got going on today. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.